Hi, this is Parry from Equity.Guru, and this is my 3-minute hit on Vejii Holdings. Look, nobody's looking at Vejii Holdings right now, right? It's a company that started off with a bit of a buzz, but the markets have been unkind, and quite frankly, people have struggled to understand what the actual deal is here. Imagine, if you will, an Amazon for plant-based and unprocessed foods, stuff that's vegan friendly, vegetarian friendly, stuff that's local, small, artisan, the sort of things that people actually pay a bit of a premium for out at Whole Foods. So you've got this company that's basically setting up little warehouses around and reaching out to all the mom and pop food and beverage creators that are out there. And there's a lot of them, right? Little garage based operations that say, we do vegan cheese, or we do vegan pizza pockets, or we do vegetarian friendly bacon, or whatever it is. There's thousands of these little guys out there, and what Vejii Holdings does is allows people to order that food online and have it shipped to them within a pretty quick turnaround. It allows those small producers to ship their product en masse. It allows Vejii to see which of those products are being picked up and then bring more of them in on a regular basis. So it's market research for them. And there's big pickup. There's a lot of people out there that have allergies, vegans, vegetarians, people that just want to eat a bit healthier, or people who just give a shit about their community and want to have access to those small mom and pop small businesses that are out there. If you don't want to be making purchases from large agricultural conglomerates that put their money before safety, then don't. You go to Vejii's product and you basically take your pick of good, local, close by, and not overly expensive, quite frankly, products. Now, Vejii's taken a bit of a hit with the markets. Hey, welcome to the downward economy. Everybody's taking a hit in the markets right now. But the big issue around Vejii, and I say this with all love in my heart, is people think they're out of money. Now, you look at their financials and say, oh my God, there's only $95,000 left. Yeah, that was back at the time the financials were put through the process and audited. What I know to be true is that the executives behind this company are financing this company right now, which means they're taking a stake, right? They see what's happening at the pointy end. They know how inexpensive this is from a market cap and stock valuation perspective, and they're putting their own dollars in and saying, well, if we want to give it to us for cheap, we'll take it for cheap. Now, obviously, at a low share price, no one wants to be doing a financing. And that's the only reason why Vejii isn't just out there raising a few $1 million right now. Because the company, quite frankly, is way undervalued. And to do a raise right now would be to give away the farm. This is a $2.5 million market cap. 2.5 million, okay? Now, you can look at it and say, well, they lost 2.5 million in Q1. Yeah, they also came public. Going public expenses are really not cheap. You're looking at about a couple of $1 million just to get your company out there and ready to go. So, you can look at it and say, well, they lost a bunch of money. Or you can look at it and say they upgraded to become a public company. The revenue from the company's direct-to-consumer platforms for the current quarter was $855K versus previous quarter of $241. So they're moving it on up. The business-to-business platform brought in $700,000. They're moving on up. These guys are building something. Now, is there risk? Of course there's risk. There's risk in everything. Every company that's out there, regardless of where they stand, how much cash they have, how much revenue they're doing, there's always a chance that things go south. But as I understand it right now, the executive team behind Vejii is investing in their own company. Now, they know more than I do about what's happening at the pointy end. And if this was a realistic going to zero situation, you know what doesn't happen? The CEO doesn't put his hands in his pockets. The CEO takes checks and runs out the clock until there's nothing else. Right now, these guys could raise money in a downward cycle. If they're going to do that, they'd rather do it with themselves. That sounds like a fair thing to me. Quite frankly, if you're interested in Vejii Holdings, VEJI is the ticker symbol. For mine, it's a straight up scrape it off the bottom, get it while it's hot, nice and cheap, $2.5 million market cap, while they're doing around $2 million in revenue per quarter. That's nuts. That's nuts. So for mine, I don't even care what you do, but I've got Vejii in my sights and I'm picking it up on the dips, and I think it's a good buy right now. Prove me wrong. Maybe I'll find out in 2 or 3 quarters that was a bad call. But if I find out that it was a bad call, the CEO will also be finding out because he's putting his own money in the jar.